Welcome to this 1-hour Yin Yoga routine for the spine and back. This is part of the Complete Weekly Yin series, a set of full-length practices that I recommend you visit 3 times a week in order to get the best benefits of increased flexibility, greater calm, and more balanced energy. Welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga, where it's not about how your yoga looks, it's all about how it feels. If you like this series so far, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you hear about the next videos that I add to this playlist. Each week for a fully balanced routine, you'll want to do 1 session for the full body, 1 session for the spine and back, and 1 session for the hips and the legs. So today we focus on the spine and the back with a little extra emphasis today on the middle spine and the chest. So our session will start with a few minutes of a warm-up, then we will move into our yin sequence where we'll hold poses for about 3 minutes each, followed by a 1-minute rebound, and then we'll move into our extended resting period in Savasana, followed by our seated meditation to fully rest your entire system. Let's go ahead and begin. Roll out your mat. The session begins now. We'll begin sitting in Seiza. So you'll sit either directly on your heels if it's comfortable, or you'll use a prop or two, a couple of blocks perhaps, or a cushion on top of your feet and under your seat. Find a comfortable seat where you can sit with your knees wide. In this wide knee Seiza position, we will take a few moments to center ourselves, allowing the eyes to close. And take a big breath in. Exhale and feel your sitting bones soften down a little more. And another big inhale. Fill the lungs. Through the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Clearing and cleansing with the exhalation. One more inhalation to fill the lungs. And return to an easy and natural breath now. Sensing the energy in your body as you find yourself on the mat. What's here? What's inside? And what needs to be attended to? Letting go of whatever it is you were doing before this to completely enter into your practice, into this time just for you. Take a breath in now, and exhale. And we'll begin our warm-ups by gently dropping the chin down toward the chest. Opening into some neck rolls, roll your head toward the right and back, and toward the left and back to the front. Continue in this direction. You can let the whole torso move around with you. And take one more big circle. All the way back, all the way around. And when the chin finds the chest, roll the other way 3 times, nice and slow. All the way around, taking a second circle. Finding the head forward and one last circle all the way around. Chin toward the chest, and go ahead and lift the head back up on top of the spine and spread your arms out for finger fans. We'll curl the fingers in one at a time, starting with the pinkies and ending with the thumbs. And go ahead and bend the wrists, bend the elbows, cross the hands behind the head and press the hands and arms forward, open palms to the front. Same thing, curl the fingers in one at a time, pull in and squeeze the back of the heart and press out to either side. Palms up, curl the fingers in, bend wrists, elbows, squeeze the back of the heart, press forward. Palms turn up, pinkies first, thumbs last, wrists, elbows, back of the heart, press outward. One more time, curl the fingers in, bend wrists, elbows, squeeze the back of the heart, press forward. And curl in, squeezing in and press out. Good, release the arms down to your sides now and make your way to hands and knees. Placing hands under shoulders, knees under hips for cat and cow. Moving the spine into a back bend. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, round your spine. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale to your back bend again. And exhale, round the back of the ribs. Inhale into cow, lifting back of the sitting bones. And exhale, round the whole spine. One more time into cow pose, back bending, and exhale, round. Hips to the heels, this time child's pose. Rest and enjoy child's pose as you take a big breath into your back body. Exhale as you nestle into the ground through your forehead, your shins, your hands. And come into side stretching child's pose. Lift the head, walk the hands to the right, and place your left hand on top of your right hand. Settle the head back down and stretch into the whole left side of the body. Feeling this line of fascia between the left elbow, down over the left armpit, side of the left ribs and waist. And come up and stretch over in the other direction, hands toward the left edge, right hand on top of left. Settle the head down and lengthen into the right side line of the body. Armpit, ribs, waist. Breathe into the right side. And exhale. Release to come back to center. Rise up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Downward dog. Lengthening through the backs of the legs. Lift up through sit bones. And we'll walk the legs. Start by bending the left knee and press down through the right heel. And bend the right knee. Press left. And bend the left once again. And bend the right. Finding movement in the hips. One more time on each side, left knee and right knee. And even dog now, lift way up through the sitting bones as you ripple forward into plank. Inhale and exhale, drop the knees, come all the way to the floor. We'll take 3 versions of locust pose. Start with the arms alongside of your body and lift up through the chest, the head, and the legs. Arms lift up along your side of your body and feel the whole back body strengthening all the muscles of the back. Inhale and exhale, release down, turn your head to the right. Relax your whole body on the floor. And now our second variation, we clasp the hands behind the back. And lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs. Squeeze all the muscles of the back body, squeeze the glutes. Lift a little higher as you inhale. And exhale, come down, turn the head left and rest. Release the arms at your sides. This time, optionally, we'll come into bow, bending the knees, holding the feet, and lifting up. And if this is not working for your body, you can take one of the first 2 variations instead. Inhale and rise way up. Exhale, release down. And slowly make your way back into a child's pose with the toes tucked under. We can get a really nice release in the lower back with this variation, pressing back. Lift back up to hands and knees, take cow pose, find your back bend, inhale, and exhale to downward dog. And from downward dog, walk the feet forward toward the hands, come into a standing forward bend, hanging, holding opposite elbows, and sway side to side. Release the arms, finding a halfway lift, hands on the floor or the shins, lift the chest, look forward, and step the right leg back into a lunge. Drop the back knee, lift the chest, and shift the hips back to half split. Lengthen the front leg, bow forward over the leg, and stretch the leg out. Come forward to lunge once again, lift the chest, and step forward to the top of the mat. Finding halfway lift, inhale, left leg steps back to a lunge. And lengthen the chest forward, inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back, stretch the back of the leg. Shift forward, lunge, and take a big step forward now to the top of the mat. And finding a squat, take your feet as wide apart as your mat and lower the hips down, palms together. Now just find your way to a seated position to begin our yin sequence in caterpillar pose. I'll invite you to try this with wider legs than usual today, so feet as wide as the mat. Option to use a cushion under your seat as you come forward. And there's also the option to use a couple blocks under your forehead or a bolster. Hands can be on the feet, the floor, the shins. And allow gravity to take you down into the forward bend. Here with this position of the legs, we might find a pretty even feeling of stretching the fascia of the whole back body. From the base of the skull, down the back of the legs, all the way to the heels. Feeling into this line as you take your next big breath in. And exhale, softening this line of fascia in the back body. Welcoming the calming of the mind that comes easily when the head is bowed in this position. And inhale, exhale. Let your body surrender into this shape. Nothing that you need to do, nothing that you need to make happen. Welcoming rest. Welcoming stillness. Feeling how the body slowly unfolds. And feeling how tension slowly unwinds. Each exhalation serving to calm your system a little bit more. And now slowly release caterpillar, make your way up, and slowly make your way all the way down onto your back for a 1-minute rebound. This is the time to simply rest in any comfortable position and feel the effects of the pose in your body. Notice the energy moving through, flowing through your arms, your legs, and your spine. And feel the breath as it comes in to fill the whole body. Exhale and feel the body releasing its weight into the support of the earth. Now bend your knees and gently draw them in toward your chest and gently rock side to lengthen your low back. Release the legs to find your way into Golden Gate pose, where we'll use a block or a firm cushion under the seat. If you're using a block, you can put it at the middle height and slide it right under the sacrum, making sure it's not in the lower back, not in the soft part of the lumbar spine, but instead right behind the pelvis, supporting your sacral bone. Your legs can be as wide as your mat, or for a different sensation, you can experiment with bringing them into a closer together position. Let your arms spill out at a comfortable angle for your shoulders, and allow the back of the neck to be long. In this position, we stretch into the opposite side of the body, the front line now, from the base of the ribs, all the way down over the belly, the front of the hips, front of the thighs. And can you take a breath into this line of fascia and exhale, softening through this line of fascia in the front body. Trusting in gravity. Trusting in the slow process of unwinding tension. Can you take your next breath in to fill your chest and your belly and your pelvis? And exhale, soften chest, belly, pelvis. Your system slowing down, calming down with every breath that you exhale. Slowly come out of the pose. Start by bending your knees, placing your feet flat on the ground, and lift your hips and slide your prop out. And rest on the back. Once again, in any comfortable position. Feel free to bend the knees if your back is sore at all. You can keep your feet flat on the floor. Angling the arms and legs generously so that the energy can flow through the gates of the shoulders and the hips, through the spine. Can you feel into the energy of the spinal column itself? And can you imagine that you're breathing into the spine and breathing out from the spine? Now slowly hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Rock side to side to lengthen the back. Lift your head up toward your knees, squeezing into a ball. Lengthen the back of the neck and release the head back down as you roll to the side. Make your way up into a hands and knees position for thread the needle, followed by rolling panda. We'll start with the left arm sliding under the right. Bring the side of the head to the floor and the outside of the left shoulder. Here we're twisting the upper body, the upper part of the spine, and also finding a stretch in the outer left shoulder. If this pose doesn't work for you, a great alternative is graceful bow, sitting on the heels and letting the weight of the head drop to the side. Whichever pose you're in, take a breath into the spine, the upper body, the shoulders. Exhale and soften the whole upper body and shoulder girdle. Inhale and exhale. Continue to soften into this shape. Option now to take it into rolling panda by extending the right foot and leg out to the side, kind of like a kickstand. And this enables us to bring the head farther through and to bring more emphasis into the spine. We can think of this less as a twist now and more as a forward bend for the upper spine. As you bring your head through, you can think about lengthening the back of the neck, turning the gaze up, and maybe coming onto your right fingertips up above your head and a slight bend of the right elbow. You're welcome to play around with the exact angle of the arm over the head and the leg that's out to the side to find what's most supportive. And the feeling here is like you could almost roll over into a diagonal somersault. The option is here to take the right hand up into the air or behind the back. And breathe into what you're feeling here in the upper body. As you exhale, soften the whole upper body and spine. Slowly now release, Return to hands and knees. And find your way into thread the needle on the second side with your right arm sliding under your left. Right side of the head to the floor, outer right shoulder to the floor. With the option to take graceful bow instead. Allowing the traction of your yoga mat to help with this outer shoulder stretch. And allowing it to help the spine twist. Inhale into the upper body. Exhale and relax the muscles and fascia of the upper body as the fascia weaves over the shoulder joint and through the spine. Inhale the breath. As you exhale, option to take it to rolling panda, left foot and leg extend out to the side and the head tucks farther through. Finding more length here in the back of the neck, finding that sense of a forward bend, as if you could roll into a diagonal somersault. Breathe into the upper back, back of the neck. The whole upper spine. Gently tugging on this network of fascia that makes up the upper body, connecting it to the spine. Option to take the right arm behind the back now, or to just extend it up into the air, finding what feels good. Slowly now release to find your way back to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, settle the hips back to child's pose. Resting here for 1 minute for the rebound. Notice what you feel in the body. There may be quite a bit of sensation in the upper body, shoulders, upper spine, neck. And can you breathe into everything you're feeling in the upper body? Exhale, softening, resting. Slowly now, make your way up from child's pose and all the way onto your belly for seal pose. Begin by resting on your elbows in a sphinx pose. And you could choose to stay here, or you could lift up through the elbows and straighten the arms. You can keep a pretty low angle like this for less intensity in the back. Or if you'd like more intensity, just walk your hands farther back toward your ribs to lift up higher. Inhale your breath. As you exhale, soften through the belly, the spine, the front of the hips. Making sure your arms are locked at the elbows so that you can support yourself with your bones rather than tiring out your muscles. And sometimes this is easier by turning the fingers outward a little bit. As you take your next breath, can you feel the lungs filling, crown of the head rising? As you exhale, can you relax your thighs, your legs? Noticing the parts of the body that are working, the arms, the shoulders, the head holding itself up. And notice the parts that you can relax, the buttocks, the belly, the lower spine, and the sacrum. Allow the legs to relax entirely. And feel your whole body in the shape that it's taking, breathing easily, relaxing, softening. We'll release down now and just rest on your belly. Rest your hands on top of each other and your forehead on top of the hands or wrists. This is crocodile pose, where we'll take our rebound, feeling this different sensation of the front of the body connected to earth. Feel the sensations in the back body after releasing the back bend. Lumbar spine and sacrum have just been stimulated, and notice what energy is here in this area of the lower back, the back of the hips, the lower spine. Notice sensations flowing through the legs and the glutes, the front of the hips. And we'll prepare to transition into a single leg twist, coming up on elbows, and bring the right knee out to the right side and slide the left arm under the chest. Come all the way onto the outside of the left shoulder and open the chest out to the right. Reach the right arm out to the right side. And your right knee might hover, it might come all the way to the floor, or you can rest it on a yoga prop. Option 2, take the right foot in the left hand and extend the leg. And another option is to take a cat's tail pose, bending the left knee and taking the right hand to the left foot behind you. So finding your variation for today, letting the body settle into the twist, making any final little adjustments of your shoulders, your spine, your legs. Remembering that these twists and all of these poses in this spine sequence today are not so much about what the arms and legs are doing as they are about finding the right way to stimulate your spine. Arms and legs are just tools to get into the core of the body. So feel this core now, feel your center, and breathe a deep breath into your spine. Exhale, soften through the spine. Relax in your twist. Breathe in your twist. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly now, find your way back to your belly, roll to the right. Bring the left arm back around and onto the elbows as you take your left knee out to the left side. Slide the right arm underneath and open the left arm out as you open your chest to the sky. Adjusting through the hips, through the spine, through the shoulders, option to extend into the left leg this time and hold the foot, or to take cat's tail, right foot in the left hand. Choose your pose and make any final adjustments so that the body can come to a place of equilibrium. Gravity working on the limbs so that there's minimal effort for you to create the stimulus on your spine that awakens and moves the energies of the spinal column. And once again, can you imagine that your inhale as you breathe in is infused right into the spine? And exhaling from the spine, feeling it soften into the body. And can you feel with your skin the sensation of melting? Can you feel even deeper into the fascia of the body that it's melting, becoming more liquid? Can your next breath now fill your whole body? On the exhale, totally relaxing your entire system, body and mind. To release this pose now, we'll roll onto the back and take a 1-minute rebound. Straightening out your hips and shoulders and making yourself comfortable, lying down, arms and legs spread out at their generous angles. Deep breath in and let it go. Feel everything that's happening inside your body. And now slowly bend the knees, hug them into your chest. Rock side to side. We'll take one hand onto each knee now for some sacrum circles. Take the knees toward the right and pull them in, over to the left and forward. Keep going in this direction like you're massaging around the edges of the sacrum. Feeling into the low back. Let's change the direction of the circles to the left and in, to the right and forward. A couple more slow circles. Release the legs now to come into banana pose. Extend the legs long and take the feet both over toward the bottom left corner of the mat, arms both up over the head. Option to cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Option to take different arm positions, hold opposite elbows, or rest a prop under the arms. And we're feeling into a side bend where the whole right side of the body is exposed and lengthened. You can choose to bump your right hip out to the right side a little more. And as we focus on the spine today, can you sense now into the right lateral side of the spinal column, which is being bent from the sacrum all the way up through the lower, middle, and upper back, and even into the neck. And as you breathe in, can you imagine you're breathing into this right side of the whole spine? And breathe out to feel it soften into this curve. Welcoming stillness. Embracing restfulness. cultivating ease as you inhale a gentle breath now. Exhale a gentle breath, continuing to soften, continuing to relax into this shape. Slowly now release the first side of banana pose. As you come to center, rest the arms down at your sides and adjust. Feet over toward the right, hips more toward the left. Option to cross the left ankle over right ankle. And option to take both arms over the head, straight or hold opposite elbows, or any arm angle that feels good for your body. Feeling the surface layer of the stretch on the outer hip, the outer waist on the left side, the ribs and the armpit. And can you also feel this deeper layer of the stretch on the left side of the spine, gently tugging, pulling on the part of the spine that holds us upright. This web of fascia that gives the body its structure. Now allowing it to rest. And can you breathe right into this side of the spine, this curve, and exhale to soften this curve, soften the spine. Breathe in to gently expand. Breathe out to gently settle. Notice the position of your head and the sensations in your neck. Breathe into the upper part of the spine and neck. Exhaling, relaxing the upper part of the spine. Settling even deeper now into the stillness. And now slowly release banana to come to a centered resting position on your back for Savasana, corpse pose, our final resting position. Spread your arms and legs out, maybe even more generously now, as you prepare for a long, deep time of integration. Option to use a bolster or a cushion under your knees, an eye mask over the eyes, a blanket over top of your body, or extra clothes to stay warm. As you make your final adjustments to get totally comfortable, notice the parts of your body that are connected to the ground. Backs of the calves, the heels, backs of the thighs and buttocks, backs of the ribs and shoulder blades, back of the arms, back of the skull. Can you take a breath in, and as you exhale, soften down through all these points of contact with the earth, letting the body become heavier and more firmly embedded in the support below. Inhale, exhale, resting a little deeper now. And imagine you could take your next breath into your spine, and that the spine lights up with the breath. As you release, exhale, the spine continues to glow with the energy that's been stimulated during this practice. Can you take another breath into the spine, feeling it radiate, and exhale, soften into this glowing column of energy in the center of your body. Imagining you could completely rest and relax the weight of the arms, the weight of the legs, the weight of the torso, the weight of the head. Imagine you could completely release the weight of your entire body into the ground now. Take a deeper breath now into the belly, into the heart. And as you exhale, gently begin to wiggle through fingers and toes, stretch out your arms and legs. Interlace the fingers as you stretch the arms up overhead, stretch down long through legs. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, roll to the side, to come up into a comfortable seat for meditation. Option to use a cushion under your seat, to lean back against a wall, or to sit in a chair or on a sofa. And you'll find an easy position with the spine upright. Any way you want to cross your legs, or even keep them extended. beginning to tune into what's at the center of the body now, the energy of the spine. And can you take a gentle breath in now? And a gentle exhale. And another easy breath into the body. Exhale. Very softly now, one more breath in. Exhale. Allowing the breath to be easy and natural, finding its own rhythm now. Feel the difference between your energy now compared to when you began the practice. Noticing any space that may have been created in your body, any softness in your fascia, space in your joints. Space between the bones of the spine. Energy of the front of the spine meeting the energy of the back of the spine. Energy of the right side of the spine meeting the left side of the spine. And can you imagine that this energy that is being magnetized into the center of the spine can now rise up, holding you up, supporting you, healing your body, healing your mind, healing your heart. Take a breath to fill the lungs now. And exhale, feel the legs anchored into the ground, the sitting bones anchored into the ground. Coming back to awareness of your body and the place where you're sitting. Bringing this practice to a gentle close now, I invite you to chant Om with me 3 times. Bring your palms together and take a deep breath in. Om. Feel the vibration within your body. And that closes this session. I hope your spine feels amazing. And I want to thank you for practicing with Devi Daily Yoga today. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you hear about future videos on this complete weekly Yin playlist. If you'd like to go deeper with Yin, check out my Yin Yoga guidebook, which is a free PDF download. Find the link in the description box below and also in the cards on this screen. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time.